Good afternoon. Good afternoon there. How are you today? Have you taken your lunch or what? Okay. So, for the next topic that we have here in world religion, it is how world religions began. Okay? So, for this topic, we will cite regions or places where specific religions evolved. Okay. So, number one on my list is Hinduism. Hinduism originated in the Indian subcontinent, particularly in the Indus Valley Civilization and the Vedic period in ancient India. Number two, Buddhism. Buddhism evolved in present day Nepal and northeastern India, particularly associated with the life and the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, also known as Buddha. Number three, Judaism. Judaism originated in the ancient Near East, particularly in the region of Canaan, which is now Israel and Palestine. Number four, we have Christianity. It emerged in the Levant region of the Middle East, particularly in the Roman province of Judea, now the modern day Israel and Palestine. It later spread throughout the human empire and beyond. We have Islam. Okay, Islam began in the Arab Peninsula, centered around the life and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century CE. Mecca and Medina, located in present-day Saudi Arabia, are significant to the early history of Islam. Number six, we have Taoism. It originated in ancient China, attributed to the philosopher Lao Tzu and the text known as the Tao Te Ching. We have number seven, Confucianism. It is developed in the ancient China, particularly associated with the teachings of Confucius or Kongzi. Number 8, we have Shinto. This is indigenous to Japan. This is deeply rooted in the Japanese culture and traditions. Sikhism. This emerged in the Punjab region of the Indian subcontinent, particularly associated with Guru Nanak and the subsequent Sikh gurus. Number 10, we have the Zoroastrianism. This originated in the ancient Persia, that is modern day Iran, associated with the teachings of the prophet Zoroaster or Zarathustra. Number 11, we have Shamanism. This is not a single or organized religion, but a category of beliefs and practices that involve communication with the spiritual world through shamans. It has origins in various indigenous cultures around the world, including Siberia, Central Asia, North and South America, Africa, and Oceania. We have Shintoism. Okay, so Shintoism is indigenous to Japan. Shinto beliefs are deeply intertwined with Japanese culture and traditions, emphasizing reverence for kami, or itawag nila og spirits or gods, and the natural phenomena. Then we have the Baha'i faith. Baha'i faith originated in Persia, that is modern day Iran, in the 19th century, with roots in Islam, but distinct teachings emphasized unity, equality, and the oneness of humanity. We have Jainism, number 14. It involved in the ancient India, particularly associated with the teachings of Mahavira in the 24th Tirthankara, who lived in the 6th century BCE. We have the we have Rastafarianism. This is number 15. It emerged in Jamaica during the 20th century, blending elements of Christianity, Pan-Africanism, and African mysticism, particularly influenced with the teachings of Marcus Garvey. We have Wicca, developed in the mid-20th century in the United Kingdom, drawing inspiration from various pagan and esoteric traditions, including ancient Celtic beliefs and rituals. We have Druidry. This is associated with ancient Celtic peoples of Europe, particularly in regions such as Britain, Ireland, and the Gaul, which is the modern-day France. We have Candomblé, originated in Brazil among descendants of enslaved Africans, particularly in the northeastern region, blending African spiritual traditions, Catholicism, and indigenous beliefs. Then we have Voodoo. This is number 16. Voodoo in Haiti and the parts of the Caribbean. These are heavily influenced with African religious practices brought by the enslaved people to the Americas, as well as the elements of Catholicism. We have Tingrism. This is indigenous religion of the Turkic and the Mongolic peoples of Central Asia, centered around the worship of Tengri, which is the sky god, and the other deities, as well as shamanistic practices. We have Santeria, developed in Cuba among descendants of enslaved Africans, blending Yoruba religion with Catholicism, particularly in Havana and other urban areas. We also have Bon. This is indigenous religion of Tibet, originating prior to the introduction of Buddhism to the region, with beliefs centered around deities, rituals, and practices for achieving spiritual enlightenment. Then we have the Ayavashi. This is emerged in the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu in the 19th century. This is based on the teachings of Aya Vaikundar and incorporating elements of Hinduism and other indigenous traditions. We have Cheondoism. This originated in Korea in 19th century, emphasizing the worship of a single god and advocating for social reform and spiritual enlightenment. We have Tenrikyo. This is founded in Japan in the 19th century by Miki Nakayama, emphasizing the belief in a single God and the promotion of joy, gratitude, and mutual assistance among its followers. We have Royalism. This is established in France in the 20th century by Claude Vorilhon, also known as Royal. This promotes a belief of extraterrestrial creators and advocating for world peace, human rights, and scientific progress. Then we have Caodaism. This is developed in Vietnam in the early 20th century, blending elements of Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, Catholicism, and with the emphasis on spiritual communication with divine figures. Then next we have the Ekankar, founded in the United States in the mid-20th century by Paul Twitchell, emphasizing spiritual experiences, dreams, and the belief of soul's journey to the spiritual liberation. Then the last but not the least, we have the Heavenry, revival of the pre-Christian German religious practices and beliefs, primarily in Europe and North America, with a focus on honoring deities such as Odin, Thor, and Freyja. These religions represent a wide array of beliefs and practices in which its own unique historical culture and cultural context.